Greetings from Kirkwood Community College. I'm Todd Pruscia, and this is the December 2013 Kirkwood Partnership Update. Last update for the year. I'll be brief today, just two announcements. The first announcement relates to compass testing at your local high school. Now, many of your high schools have worked with Kirkwood to be able to test your high school students with the Kirkwood Compass Placement Exam. Local districts have administered the exam for two purposes. The first purpose usually is a general academic assessment to better develop a high school plan of study for individual students. In other words, courses to be taken at the high school level to prepare students for post-secondary education. The second purpose is for Kirkwood's cut scores for placement into the contracted concurrent enrollment and the PSEO classes. Last spring, our Kirkwood Testing Center sent out a message to each district informing that testing from high school locations would no longer be accepted for Kirkwood placement scores. The timing of the letter and the wording of the letter created much confusion, and it caused us to create more than a few workarounds, I'd say. Since that time, our Kirkwood College Credit and High School team has met with our Kirkwood Testing Center team to come up with the following testing guidelines for testing on-site at your local high schools. Tests to be used for placement in high school courses can continue on-site with your local high school proctor. Testing for placement in Kirkwood college level courses can take place at your high school site with a Kirkwood test proctor. Each of our Kirkwood County and regional centers have test proctors available to come to your schools to administer the test. As always, your students are welcome to come to any of our Kirkwood centers to test, so please contact your local center coordinator or your local center director to make arrangements. The second and final announcement today is about Kirkwood's annual enrollment forms for contracted courses. In order to better document what Kirkwood contracted courses are being offered at each high school each year, we've implemented a system to provide each high school with an annual enrollment form. Each December, your local Kirkwood director will provide each district with a draft list of the courses that are slated to be offered the following fall and spring for concurrent credit. The draft list will be based on past offerings and also reflect current discussions for future offerings. By February, we'd like the enrollment form returned to us and signed by a school official. The return list will reflect the district's plan to partner with Kirkwood for offering concurrent enrollment classes, and it will list the finalized list of courses offered. Then these courses will also be included in each of the district's annual program of study booklets that are going to each student. Using the information from this list of courses and the district's enrollment information, we plan to be able to provide costs per classes to each district according to the list for that district by May of each year. Now, we hope that this process will assist us in a couple of ways. Number one, both Kirkwood and the local districts will have an up-to-date list of offerings and associated costs. And number two, for those districts participating in a Department of Education site visit, you'll have one document to share with the DE that lists all the offerings. This will be an improvement over the past, where each of us were keeping track of several educational service agreements pertaining to academies and separate ones for different concurrent enrollment offerings. We know that this new process will require some tweaking and some enhancements, but we're excited to begin streamlining the flow of communication and streamlining the paperwork. Thanks for listening. That's all for 2013. See you next year for more updates. Enjoy the holidays, and as always, contact me with questions, ideas for future programming.